We hear a lot about cholesterol, don't we? It's a word that pops up in conversations about health, diet, and heart disease. You might have seen it mentioned in articles, heard it discussed on TV, or even had your doctor bring it up during a checkup. But what exactly is cholesterol, and why does it seem to have such a bad reputation? It seems like it's always being demonized. Headlines scream about the dangers of high cholesterol, and health news segments often paint it as the ultimate villain in the story of heart health. But is that the whole picture? Is cholesterol really the enemy we've been led to believe it is? But here's a secret. Cholesterol isn't all bad. In fact, it's a crucial component of our bodies. Without it, we wouldn't be able to function properly. Cholesterol is involved in some pretty important processes that keep us alive and well. In fact, we need it to survive. Cholesterol helps build the structure of our cell membranes, making them flexible and functional. It's also a key player in the production of certain hormones, including those that regulate metabolism and reproductive functions. And let's not forget its role in producing vitamin D and bile acids, which help digest fat. It's like salt, a little bit is essential, but too much can spell trouble. Just as our bodies need a certain amount of salt to maintain fluid balance and nerve function, we also need cholesterol to keep our cells and systems running smoothly. However, the problem arises when we have too much of it. Think of cholesterol as a waxy, fat-like substance that zips around your bloodstream. It travels through your blood attached to proteins called lipoproteins. There are two main types of lipoproteins: low-density lipoprotein, LDL, and high-density lipoprotein, HDL. LDL is often referred to as bad cholesterol because it can lead to the buildup of plaque in your arteries, while HDL is known as good cholesterol because it helps remove cholesterol from your bloodstream. It's in every cell of your body and plays a vital role in building cells and producing hormones. Cholesterol is a fundamental building block for cell membranes, giving them the right amount of fluidity and stability. It's also essential for synthesizing steroid hormones like estrogen, testosterone, and cortisol, which are crucial for various bodily functions. But when there's too much of it clogging up your arteries, that's when the alarm bells start ringing. Excess LDL cholesterol can deposit in the walls of your arteries, forming plaques that narrow and harden them. This condition, known as atherosclerosis, can lead to serious cardiovascular problems like heart attacks and strokes. So, before we launch into a full-blown cholesterol bashing session, let's take a deep breath and understand what we're dealing with. It's important to recognize that cholesterol itself isn't the enemy. The real issue lies in how much of it we have and how it's managed within our bodies. By understanding the balance between LDL and HDL, and making informed lifestyle choices, we can keep our cholesterol levels in check and protect our heart health. Knowledge is power, and when it comes to your health, it's always better to be informed. By learning more about cholesterol and how it affects our bodies, we can make smarter decisions about our diets, exercise routines, and overall health. So, let's dive deeper into the world of cholesterol and uncover the facts that will help us lead healthier, happier lives. Arteries, forming plaques. These plaques can narrow the arteries and make them less flexible. So, next time you think about cholesterol, remember the tiny boats sailing through your bloodstream and the impact they have on your overall health. Known as atherosclerosis. This narrows the arteries and increases the risk of heart attack in cholesterol levels and reducing the risk of heart disease. The higher your HDL levels, management can lead to a healthier, longer life. Now, while we're busy focusing on the LDL and HDL showdown, there's another player in this cholesterol game that often gets overlooked: triglycerides. These are another type of fat found in your blood, and they can be just as troublesome as their cholesterol counterparts. Think of triglycerides as the sneaky accomplices of LDL cholesterol. When you eat, your body converts any calories it doesn't need immediately into triglycerides, which are then stored in fat cells for later use. High triglyceride levels, often linked to obesity, inactivity, and a diet high in sugar and refined carbohydrates, can contribute to the buildup of plaque in your arteries, increasing your risk of heart disease. So don't underestimate these stealthy troublemakers. Now, before you go pointing fingers at genetics and bad luck, let's face it, our lifestyle choices often play a starring role in this cholesterol drama. Yes, some people are genetically predisposed to high cholesterol, but for many of us, it's our everyday habits that are tipping the scales. Think about it: a diet loaded with saturated and trans fats, found in processed foods, fried goodies, and fatty meats, a lack of physical activity, smoking. These are all prime suspects in the case of high cholesterol. And let's not forget about stress. When we're constantly frazzled, our bodies release hormones that can increase cholesterol production. So, managing stress through relaxation techniques, exercise, or simply taking some me time can make a world of difference.